Hi everyone, we are Group 12 and Garden Giving is Healthy Living. As a brief introduction to our project, our health problem of interest that we are targeting is obesity in children. This is a problem for the population because health food is not easily available to children, and it is often because their parents cannot afford to buy it. The priority populations we would like to target are parents and children. There are a few potential ways we plan on addressing this health issue. We would like to make a partnership between the school and the local community garden, integrate healthy eating at a young age, and incorporate educational programs about healthy eating habits into schools, which could also include after-school programs. The level of preventions that will be addressed would be primary as education, secondary, the community gardens and food, and finally our tertiary would be the yearly check-ins. Our mission statement is, we want to decrease child obesity by implementing programs that will supply elementary schools with healthier food options, and our vision statement will be, stop childhood obesity in the San Diego community by improving health in elementary schools in the county.
To explain why this issue is important, we conducted some research from some professional sources. According to the Wiley Online Library, Fighting an Epidemic, the Role of Schools in Reducing Childhood Obesity, published in 2006, quote, obesity among children and adolescents is a major public health concern, affecting the physical and emotional health of youth while increasing their risk of reduced quality and duration of life, end quote. Another essential statistic from the CDC states, quote, families, communities, schools, out-of-school programs, medical care providers, faith-based institutions, government agencies, the media, food and beverage companies, and entertainment industries all influence the dietary and physical activity behaviors of children and adolescents, end quote. It is crucial to address this health problem because, according to the latest data from the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey, it shows that the national obesity rate among youth ages 2 to 19 is 18.5%.
We decided to send out this survey to the parents of the children at the school. We didn't have much success with the surveys, but our hope is that with the implementation of the program, kids will take these surveys home as a homework assignment for their parents.
Among our SMART objectives, our first goal is to increase the awareness of importance of healthy eating in Hardy Elementary School by the end of 2020. Our first objective is to create a recommended course on food and nutrition for all teachers in the San Diego School District to help educate their students about their access to community gardens by the end of the semester. Our second objective is to have every class at Hardy Elementary to have gone on a field trip to visit their local nearest community garden by the end of their school year. And our third objective is to add a class into the core curriculum that educates students on food and nutrition by the end of 2020.
To continue with the SMART objectives, our second goal is that by giving access to community gardens, the children at Hardy Elementary School will have increased access to healthier foods and healthier eating habits. We want to attain this by the end of 2020. Our first objective for the second goal is that by the end of 2020, we would like to have implemented 3 accessible community gardens to the students and parents of Hardy Elementary. We know that the relationship will be mutually beneficial for both the community gardens and the elementary school. Our second objective is that by the end of this semester, we would like to have established a communication gateway between the Hardy Elementary School and community garden staff. Our third objective highlights the importance of the constant communication between the community gardens and the school. We hope that by 2020 we have created a partnership that can get seasonal donations of fruits and vegetables to be used in the school lunches.
These goals and objectives will be met through the incorporation of 3 activities. First, we plan to hire nutritionists to educate the front office staff, classroom volunteers, other faculty members, and most importantly, the teachers of Hardy Elementary. It is these people who will be educating the students and help implement our activities, so we want to ensure that they receive the proper nutritional training. Secondly, we will incorporate a health and nutrition section into the 5th grade core curriculum. With knowledge from the previous nutrition course, worksheets, and other class materials, teachers will be well equipped to educate the students. Lastly, we will have the entire 5th grade class participate in a field trip to a local community garden, in this case, the college area community garden. The field trip will serve as an engaging final activity upon the completion of student nutritional sections. Students will be sent home with permission slips and flyers in advance regarding the field trip. Teachers as well as parent volunteers will supervise the field trip. Course content and information will be discussed in the classroom to the students. Information will then be relayed to parents through emails, take-home flyers, and PTSA meetings. Members of the community garden, teachers, and parents will all participate in these meetings. The PTSA will also have a member liaison who is responsible for communicating and coordinating with the college area community garden on a monthly basis. Here is an example of a flyer that will be sent home with students and given out at PTSA meetings. The flyer covers the time, place, and purpose of the field trip, as well as other insightful details, like what to wear and what to pack.
Moving into community partners, first we'll visit the implementation of community gardens. In order to do this, we need to first create a community garden committee, which includes but is not limited to volunteers and other community partners. This might include PTA or any other groups or organizations that work with the school and or the garden. We also want to really utilize our access to gardening supplies. We also want to establish a partnership between the cafeteria and the community garden. We'll be very thankful for any funding and donations we receive, as that will be a crucial part of this process. We really need to work to have a specified menu that provides healthy food options for the children. We also need to hire cooks that are willing to cook these healthy food options for the children. And a really important aspect of this partnership that we want to implement is having faculty and parent meetings so that they can be completely clear on what is being provided to the children. When looking at our logic model, we'll review the inputs, outputs, and outcomes for our project. When looking at our inputs, we have listed the persons involved, the time commitment, as well as the materials that we will be using. For our outputs, the activities we will be doing are training and educating, taking field trips, implementing programs, and establishing partnerships between the cafeteria and the garden. For our outcomes, we have listed the short-term, medium, and long-term goals. We have listed 3 assumptions. 1, if parents do not educate their children about how to eat well, they won't. 2, obesity status can be changed. And 3, access to healthy foods will increase their consumption. We also have listed some external factors. 1, fast food companies, marketing, and prevalence of location in low-income neighborhoods. 2, affordability of produce and weekly grocery shopping. 3, conflict of parents' schedules and jobs with providing healthy meals and encouraging proper nutrition behavior. When looking at data collection, we will have 3 main methods that we utilize in order to look at all the data that we have collected. The first of these methods will be student evaluations. Students will be given worksheets and quizzes throughout the course that might teach them things such as portion sizes, nutritional values of specific foods, etc. This qualitative data from the student scores will evaluate the success of the program. Our second method will be surveys. They will be sent out to parents to assess the daily consumption of fresh fruits and vegetables before and after the gardens have been implemented. This will allow us to see how much they're consuming before and after, and will then allow us to see if the program was successful. The third method will be teacher evaluations. We will track student involvement in the classrooms before and after gardens are implemented, I guess allowing us to see how impactful the trips to the gardens actually are.
Some of our potential concerns and limitations are the fast food companies' marketing and prevalence of locations in low-income neighborhoods, the affordability of produce and weekly grocery shopping in our local neighborhood markets, as well as the conflict of parents' schedules and their jobs with providing healthy meals and encouraging proper nutritional behavior. We were based on an unlimited budget, and when we did the budget breakdown, we realized we spent most on personnel and we spent the least amount on printing.
I'm going to be teaching you how to make a healthy and affordable meal using stuff that you probably already have in your kitchen. It's great after a long day of work, a long day of classes. So tonight I'm going to be showing you how to make some black bean burgers, and then on the side we're going to have some roasted chickpeas and some sweet potatoes, and then some green beans to get those green veggies in. Alright, let's get started.
Lastly, our conclusions and recommendations. Our main goals are to increase awareness of eating healthy and increase access to healthy foods. We recommend that all schools implement our ideas in order to create a healthier youth in our communities. Thank you for your time, and don't forget to start living healthy today.